What's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video here. So I haven't done much dashing between last night and today. It's not really funny, but so last night was the second consecutive Friday where no matter what I worked at my W-2, I was still going to try to do a 6 to 9 p.m. My wife worked until 10 last night, so I was even going to maybe do a 6 to 10. But I was kind of tired. I was kind of worn out, but I logged in anyway, and I probably shouldn't have. I wasn't, I just wasn't feeling it last night for whatever reason, and I just started getting bombarded with crap orders, and most of it over on Stringtown and just junk after junk after junk. And I didn't want to lower my AR down to 1%. So I just logged off. And this morning, I got kind of a late start. I had to we're going out of town. So I was only going to be able to dash for a few hours today anyway. But first, I had to drop our dog off at the boarding place. And I logged in. I logged into DoorDash and Uber, and it's just kind of slow. I only was logged in for a couple hours and it did between the two apps like 5 deliveries. I think it was like, what was it? It was like $28 on DoorDash, one delivery for like $6 or $7 on Uber. But I did get a couple stories here. Okay, so I got this right here, this video, and then I'll have one other video about a quadruple offer. That'll be I'll shoot that separately. That'll be the next video. But I want to talk about this right here. I've talked about before on this channel. It's kind of like on DoorDash every single week. There's some new wrinkle that's thrown in, something that you see somewhere in the different steps for completing these orders. You see something new. I mean, just about every week. And I saw this, I, you know, I saw it last night. I didn't complete any orders last night, but I did take one order, and it ended up being a 10-minute drop. The store was mobbed with people. And I saw this last night, and I saw it again today on this McDonald's order, and about the store being able to make change. And it says this store can make change. We recommend to carrying $10 to $15 in cash, combination of small bills and or change. But I'm not like really sure why I'm seeing this. Especially like I've been dashing for over a couple years now. This coming December will be 3 years, and I've never had cash on delivery turned on. That switch has been toggled off since day one. I was like, I'm not doing those kind of orders, and I never have turned that switch on. So if I'm not in the system to do cash on delivery, then why would I be why would I see this order? I'm confused. And I always thought, but other content that I've seen on YouTube, I always thought that a lot of the cash on delivery is like your pizza places. I've heard Papa John's is where a lot of dashers have their cash on delivery orders, but did I not turn off Uber? Crap. I thought I turned it off. Okay. And plus I had my phone on silent. I swear this phones and technology, guys, I don't know. Okay, so, so anyway, yeah, so I don't know. Does McDonald's do cash on delivery too? I mean, I don't know. This is just all kind of like weird to me. Now, even though I've never been set up on cash on delivery, there have been a couple instances where like, well, I take that, but not a couple, just one instance that I can think of in my whole time of dashing where having cash on me would have come in handy. But it wasn't, I wouldn't necessarily need to have small bills, just any kind of cash. I had this has been a while ago. It's been over a year ago. I had a Target order one time, shopping order, and I go inside the store for this order, and there was something wrong with their systems, and it was it was only cash only. Any customer that went in there, or DoorDash drivers or whoever, if they were gonna be buying anything in that store at that particular time, they'd have to pay in cash. So that's the only. But I forget how many items that was, or how much it was gonna be, or if I had enough cash or whatever. But at that particular time, I wasn't prepared to do that. So I just contacted DoorDash support. I was like, hey, this store is cash only. I know that DoorDash, you can do that. You can pay for something with your own money, and I've seen on social media that all comments from other drivers that I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody that's had a problem with getting their money back. They pay for something for a customer in cash, complete the delivery, submit the receipt to DoorDash, and these drivers always say that they get DoorDash immediately refunds them their money, and they've never had an issue. But at that particular time, I just didn't feel comfortable doing that, and just contacted support and had them drop the order. So that, for me personally, that's the only, in all my 30, coming up on 3,800 deliveries, that's the only single order that I've ever had where having any kind of cash has been, possibly needed. That's the best way to put it. But again, this video right here, maybe this is nothing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know why this shows up on today, why this showed up on my screen for this McDonald's order. It doesn't pertain to me. I just pick that order up like any other order. It's already paid for by the customer. I don't know. It's just a weird thing that why that's showing up on there. If anybody knows and watching this video and wants to comment, please enlighten me. I haven't got on, and tried to research it or anything like that. If I get bored later, maybe I'll try to see what I can find out, and if other people have posted videos on it or whatever. But anyway, that's this video for whatever it's worth. Just thought I'd shoot this to point out the latest little wrinkle in the instructions of a DoorDash order. That's all I have for now. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Until next time, and as always, be sure to drive safe out there. Thanks again.